something about this side is not making me, you know, excited. But this side, I'm like, she's cute. All right, y'all, so I am back with a fun video, and it's just something I've been thinking about for a long time. And basically, I don't know if in 2023 orange correctors are still needed. Okay, at this point I feel like I just buy new ones and just use it because it's just a routine at this point. I've done it for such a long time, so it just took me a while to realize, like, do I really need this still, or am I just wasting money? So I actually went ahead and picked up the new Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Vitamin CC Stick. So this is gonna be a review slash, you know, demonstration for you guys as well, because I do love this, but I want to show you guys how it works on my face and compare it with just regular concealer. Okay, so sometimes concealers, you know, give you that coverage that you're looking for without having to color correct, apply concealer, apply foundation, like all these steps. I just don't have that time anymore. So we're gonna compare concealer by itself just on my dark spots, and then also the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright, you know, vitamin CC stick on my dark spots as well. Just see which one covers up more, covers up hyperpigmentation, and we'll just get to the bottom of this, okay? So if you guys are interested, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and let's get right into it. So I'm gonna bring y'all in a little bit closer, that way y'all can see my dark spots on my face and just see which one, you know, performs a little bit better. So y'all can see on my right side, I have the most dark spots on my chin, my cheek, my forehead, like, and then this one right here, I don't even know what this is. It looks like a burn, and I don't even know when this happened. So it's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. So what we're actually gonna do is, on this side, I'm going to use concealer to cover up these spots, see how well it performs just by itself. And then on this side, I'm going to use the Ole Henriksen CC stick in the shade Pumpkin, in case you're wondering, on this side to cover up my spots and just see which one performs a little bit better. And then we're gonna finish it off with foundation and concealer and just compare the results at the end, okay? So we're gonna first take my Il Makiage Fit and Flawless Concealer in the shade 15. This is what I use for like my no makeup days. And we're going to apply it on the spots that I have on my right side, your left, and just dot it all over, okay? And with this, you got to give it like, I think like 30 seconds before you blend it out. Just give it time to build coverage up. To blend it out, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator. It's such a cute little brush. I think it's perfect for like things like this. So we're going to start off with the chin area, because y'all saw I had a lot of dark spots in that area. And we're going to pounce this in. And it's best to use a brush because it gives you more coverage. And y'all can see, like, it just covers up all those spots. And I typically, back in the day, would use my orange corrector to cover up all of that. But y'all can see concealer just does a trick, you know? So we're going to blend out the other areas on my face. And it's not going to give you, how do I say this, flawless application. Like, you can probably still see it just a little bit peeking through. But it just depends on the concealer that you use. You can get one that's a little bit more full coverage, and I will just do the same exact thing. So I'm just gonna cover up this one, blend it in, and I just really like this brush. Like, it just does what it needs to do. And we can't forget about the forehead. Just blend that one in. And y'all can just see how, like, it made this side a lot more flawless. That's why I love that concealer for like my no makeup look, because it blends right into my skin and it covers up my imperfections. And don't you worry, we're gonna get to the under eyes and around the mouth. That is the biggest place where you compare, you know, if an orange corrector is still needed, because it will cover up your hyperpigmentation. But nowadays, I know a lot of us just do like the no makeup look and we're out the door. So yeah, but we're gonna use the CC stick from Ole Henriksen. This shade is perfect. It is deep, but it's not like super red or anything like that. I think it's a perfect shade. So we're gonna cover up some of the dark marks on my chin, and a little bit goes a long way. This then right here, like, y'all, I don't think you understand. It has like 3, like, what is that? I don't even know. I woke up like, girl, did you scratch yourself while you were sleeping? Like, what's going on? And then also this spot right here, because I picked at my pimple. Don't do that, y'all. Don't do it. And then I have one more dark spot up here. And so now we're going to take another brush. I'm going to use the Refi Duo brush. And we're going to take this and just pounce it into the skin. Let's see. The reviews with this, when I was reading up on it on Sephora, a lot of people were saying that it's hard to blend out. It's super dry. I don't get any of that, y'all. It blends right in. So I don't know what to I don't know what to say. It works for me. Now this one, let's see if it covers up that crazy looking spot, which it does. I don't see it anymore. Okay. This is such a good product. I love everything about this. And I wish they would bring out like skin tone shades. I feel like, ooh, if that came out, I would run to the store because that would be perfect for like my no makeup look. Y'all can see it covered up that spot. Wow. Wow. Okay. Now we're gonna do the forehead, all of that. If this was boxing right now, it's given 1-to-1. Like we're both even. They're both doing what it needs to do, but we're gonna use this underneath the eyes and around the mouth to see if it gives me the coverage I'm looking for. So we're gonna go back to the concealer on my right side, and we're just gonna take a little bit of this underneath the eye and then some around the mouth. I feel like around the mouth is where a lot of people still color correct just because of the hyperpigmentation in that area. But I did find sometimes with concealer, like it does the job. You don't really need to color correct, so it just all depends. So we're gonna let this sit for 30 seconds and then I'm gonna blend it out in a little bit. So now I think we're about ready. I'm gonna blend around my mouth first, and I'm just gonna pounce this right in. Okay. I mean, yeah, y'all can see the difference by itself. Okay, look at this side of my mouth. I mean, it's not crazy hyperpigmentation, but this side just looks a little bit more brighter, a little bit more awake, a little bit more even. It's doing what it needs to do, and I typically color correct that area, you know, but yeah, it did a really great job. And then underneath the eyes, where I typically color correct still till this day, just because I always feel like I need to cancel out my dark circle, or circles actually. But yeah, the concealer is just doing what it needs to do, y'all. I mean, y'all see it. Like, it looks like I have like a full face of makeup, but I didn't do that much, y'all. Like, this is just concealer by itself. Okay, so we're gonna go back in with the Ole Henriksen CC stick in the shade Pumpkin, and I'm gonna apply some underneath the eye and then around my mouth as well, just like that. And when we apply foundation, then we'll really see, you know, if one is better than the other. So I'm gonna take this and just blend around my mouth first. And disregard like the color of both of them. Like, obviously the concealer is more of my skin tone. We're looking at coverage and cancellation of hyperpigmentation. And this one does, I love the way this blends. It does a really, really, really good job. Like, it neutralizes everything on my face. Okay. Like so, y'all can see that. Yeah, this does a really great job. I love the way this blends. I don't know why people are saying that it's drying. Like, I don't find it to be drying at all. So now that we color corrected all around the face, I feel like they both still look really good. Despite the color, of course, when it comes to covering up like my spots, hyperpigmentation, I feel like the concealer performs just as well as the CC stick. Okay, so they both are now 2-to-2. We're still doing the boxing tally. So now time for some foundation. I'm gonna use my Dior Backstage foundation in the shade 5N. I believe I read somewhere that they came out with new shades. I don't know if I'm correct, but I need to get into that, okay? Now we're gonna take some foundation and we're gonna start with this side and apply all over the face. Now, I'm keeping it honest, y'all. I can kind of still see my dark marks on my chin and also on my cheek peeking through. So the whole point of this is to hide all of that. And it's kind of peeking through a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see that. Probably not, but I can. It's peeking through just a little bit. Now I'm going to blend out this side with some foundation and just see how this works. And I feel like it's doing a way better job than the concealer. I feel like the concealer, the moment I started applying some foundation on top, it started to kind of remove the concealer underneath. So when I come up a little bit closer, y'all can see, if this will focus, the dark spot right here, it started to come out again. And then also on my chin as well. Whereas the color corrector is staying put, keeping that coverage in the areas that I do need it the most. So now that I finished applying the foundation all over, y'all can see both sides. This is the one that we use, you know, the CC stick on all over. You can't even see like that crazy mark right there. Like everything just looks so even. And then on this side, I think it looks just as good. It's showing a little bit more pigmentation on my chin and on my cheek. Okay, but nonetheless, like it doesn't look that crazy of a difference. Now to make it fair, I'm going to apply some concealer on this side of my eyes, just because we applied concealer already on this side. And we're gonna see if it looks a lot brighter, because I know some people just go in with concealer on your under eye. They don't color correct or anything like that. But I always feel like I still have to color correct just to make it a lot more brighter, a lot more awake, okay? Now, I told you guys before they were 2 to 2, but I will say when it comes to the under eye, I feel like it is important to color correct. I'm looking at my, you know, viewfinder right now, and this side, in my opinion, looks a lot more brighter, a lot more awake. I don't have my dark circle peeking through compared to this side. Like, something about this side is not making me, you know, excited. But this side, I'm like, she's cute. She's cute. So, yeah, it's going to be 3 to 2. All right. So what I'm going to do now is finish up the rest of my face, and I'll let you guys know my final thoughts when it comes to orange correctors versus concealers and all of that, and what I think y'all should do moving forward. All right, so I'm back with my completed face, and I want to give you guys my final thoughts on, you know, if orange correctors are still needed in 2023. And in my opinion, because I do makeup on other people, so every skin is different. You know, there's some people that have more hyperpigmentation than me. There's some people that have less than me. It just all depends. So I will say, after assessing everything, doing it on my face today and clients and things like that, I feel like concealers perform just as well in terms of giving you that extra coverage that you need. I remember a client like about a year or two ago, she had a lot of dark spots on her face, and I went in with a lot of orange corrector when I could have just took a concealer and just, you know, applied that and probably added one more layer, and it would have gave me that coverage I was looking for. So concealers do give that coverage. They do help to cover up hyperpigmentation, but I think when it comes to actually brightening up, you know, hyperpigmentation and giving it coverage and all of that, I feel like orange correctors still do exactly what I'm looking for, because mind you, I know this side had a lot more dark marks, hyperpigmentation, all of that compared to this side, but I will say that spot on here that I had that was super dark, the one that was on my forehead as well, it just did a great job at covering those areas and allowing for it not to peek through as I did the rest of my face. You know, with the concealer, I felt like when I was applying the foundation on top, it was kind of taken away from the coverage. I don't know why, but I feel like with the orange corrector, it stayed put, it didn't move, it brightened those areas up, it covered up those dark spots, and it just looks great, you know, after a full face. Like, you can't even tell that I had, you know, all those spots underneath my face. So don't knock it. I will say, if you do have flawless skin, great skin, you probably don't need orange corrector. I know a lot of people are still doing it just because, like, we've always done it. You know, we apply it underneath our eyes, we apply it around our mouth, like we just always, you know, did it. But I think reassess your skin. If you don't have a lot of spots or hyperpigmentation, like a little bit of concealer is all you need and you're good to go. Now, if you do have a lot of hyperpigmentation and dark marks and things like that, I still think orange correctors, especially this one, y'all, It's so good. It took me such a long time to buy this because it's pretty expensive. I think it's $34, and you get about, let's see, 0.13 ounces of product. So yeah, but a little bit goes a long way. You don't need too much with this, so we'll see how long it lasts. But I feel like orange correctors still brighten, they still give you coverage. It's just like that extra layer of protection that you need. So let's say your foundation and your concealer starts to wear off throughout the day, you still have another product underneath that will give you that protection that you're looking for when it comes to your dark spots and hyperpigmentation. So yeah, to answer the question, I still think it's needed, but it all depends on your skin type out there. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm really interested in this one. Let me know if you still color correct, if you don't, if you just use concealer. Do you even wear foundation nowadays? Like, just let me know your answers to all those questions down below. Okay, but I love you guys so much. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button before you do leave, and I'll see you guys in the next one.